In the silent, cold abyss of space, a lone astronaut falls. He is not falling into darkness, but into a kaleidoscope of light and structure, an infinite library of moments. This is the climax of Interstellar, the Tesseract scene where Cooper plunges into the black hole Gargantua and finds himself in a place beyond human comprehension. For many, this was a breathtaking, yet baffling sequence, a visual spectacle that seemed to abandon science for pure fantasy. But the truth is far more intricate. This was not a departure from physics, but a daring leap into its most speculative and mind-bending frontiers. To understand this place, this five-dimensional construct, we must first unravel the very fabric of reality as we know it, a journey that began not in a Hollywood studio, but in the minds of history's greatest thinkers. For centuries, our universe was a simple, orderly place governed by the elegant laws laid down by Sir Isaac Newton. Space was an absolute, unchanging stage, a three-dimensional grid of length, width, and height. Time was a universal metronome, ticking at the same rate for everyone, everywhere. It was a comfortable, intuitive model. A clock in London ticked in perfect unison with a hypothetical clock on Mars. An inch was an inch, whether here or in the Andromeda Galaxy. This was the world of classical mechanics, a universe as predictable as a well-made clock. Then, in the early 20th century, a young patent clerk in Bern, Switzerland, shattered this clockwork cosmos. Albert Einstein, in his 1905 miracle year, proposed that space and time were not separate entities. They were inextricably woven together into a single, four-dimensional continuum, spacetime. This was the cornerstone of his special theory of relativity. A decade later, with his general theory of relativity, he delivered the final, revolutionary blow. Gravity, that mysterious force that holds the planets in their orbits and pins us to the Earth, was not a force at all. It was a consequence of the curvature of spacetime itself. Imagine spacetime as a vast, stretched rubber sheet. A massive object, like the sun placed on this sheet, creates a deep depression, a warp in the fabric. A smaller object, like the Earth rolling nearby, doesn't feel a pull from the sun. It simply follows the curve in spacetime created by the sun's mass. Gravity is geometry. This single, profound idea changed everything, and it is the absolute, non-negotiable key to understanding Interstellar. The film is a masterclass in depicting Einstein's relativity. When Cooper and his crew visit Miller's planet, orbiting close to the immense gravitational well of the black hole Gargantua, they experience extreme time dilation. For every year they spend on the planet's surface, 7 years pass for their crewmate left in orbit. This isn't science fiction. It is a direct, albeit exaggerated, consequence of general relativity. The immense gravity of Gargantua warps spacetime so severely that time itself slows to a crawl for those within its influence. So, we have established our universe as a four-dimensional spacetime, 3 dimensions of space, and 1 dimension of time. We, as three-dimensional beings, travel through this 4D reality. We can move freely in the 3 spatial dimensions, but our journey through the 4th dimension, time, is fixed. We move in one direction only, forward at a seemingly constant rate. We are passengers on the river of time, unable to slow down, stop, or turn back. This is where Interstellar takes its speculative leap, a leap guided by the whispers of theoretical physics. What if there are more dimensions than the 4 we can perceive? This is not a new idea. It emerged in the 1920s with Kaluza-Klein theory and became a central tenet of modern string theory and its successor, M-theory. These theories, in their attempt to unify all the fundamental forces of nature into a single theory of everything, require the existence of extra spatial dimensions, not just 4, but perhaps 10, 11, or even more. These dimensions are hidden from us, curled up on a scale so infinitesimally small that we cannot detect them with any current technology. Interstellar visualizes this concept through the idea of the bulk. Our four-dimensional universe is imagined as a membrane or brain floating within a higher dimensional reality. The bulk. This bulk contains 5 dimensions. The beings who inhabit this bulk, the mysterious they who created the wormhole, and the Tesseract are not aliens in the traditional sense. The film strongly implies they are a future, evolved form of humanity. They are beings who have transcended the limitations of 3 spatial dimensions and can perceive and interact with all 5. This brings us back to Cooper falling into the black hole. A black hole's singularity is a point of infinite density and 0 volume, where the laws of physics as we know them break down completely. General relativity cannot describe what happens inside. However, some theories speculate that singularities could be gateways to other parts of the universe or other dimensions. In the world of Interstellar, the singularity of Gargantua is a gateway into the 5-dimensional bulk, but not just into empty space. The 5D beings have constructed a specific tool for Cooper within it, the Tesseract. The word Tesseract in geometry refers to a 4-dimensional hypercube, the 4D analog of our 3D cube, but the Tesseract in the film is something far more profound. It is a physical manifestation, a 3D projection, of a higher dimensional space designed to be navigable by a 3D human. It is a machine that allows Cooper to perceive the 4th dimension, time, as a physical, spatial dimension. Look closely what Cooper sees. He is floating in a space where countless versions of his daughter Murph's bedroom stretch out in every direction. This is not a library of books. It is a library of moments. Each room is a snapshot of that physical space at a different point in time. The past, present, and future of that room are all laid out before him, simultaneously accessible, like pages in a book. He can drift from Murph's childhood to her adulthood simply by moving through this higher dimensional space. Time for him has become a landscape he can explore. The glowing spaghetti-like strands that crisscross the Tesseract are the world lines of objects in the room. In physics, a world line is the path an object takes through 4D spacetime. You are not just sitting in a chair. Your world line is a continuous path stretching from your birth into your future. From his 5D vantage point, Cooper can see the entire world line of every object in Murph's room, including Murph herself. He is outside the river of time, looking down upon its entire course. But perception is not enough. To save humanity, he needs to communicate. He needs to send the quantum data gathered from inside the black hole back to Murph. He can't shout. He can't throw a book. Those actions are confined to their own points in spacetime. He needs a medium that can cross the dimensional barrier. He needs a force that can reach from the 5D bulk into the 4D brain of our universe. The film provides a brilliant and scientifically plausible answer. Gravity. In our universe, gravity is bizarrely weak compared to the other fundamental forces, electromagnetism, and the strong and weak nuclear forces. It is trillions upon trillions of times weaker. Some physicists, particularly those working on brain cosmology, have an explanation for this. They theorize that while the other forces are confined to our 4D brain, gravity is not. Gravity is a property of the entire 5D bulk, and its influence leaks across all dimensions. The reason it seems so weak to us is that we are only experiencing a fraction of its total strength. The rest is spread out across the hidden extra dimensions. This makes gravity the perfect messenger. It is the one force that can act as a bridge between Cooper's position in the 5D Tesseract and Murph's world in 4D spacetime. He cannot physically touch anything in her past, but he can push on its world line. He can create gravitational disturbances. He can exert a force across time. We see this first as a ghost. He pushes books from the shelf, trying to spell a message in binary code. But it's clumsy, imprecise. He needs a better instrument. And then he finds it, the watch he gave Murph before he left. It is a simple analog object. He realizes he can use gravity to create tiny, precise nudges on the second hand. He can manipulate it from his position outside of time. He begins to tap out the quantum data in Morse code, a stream of gravitational pulses that travel from the future through the fifth dimension into Murph's past, encoded into the twitching hand of a watch. The adult Murph, now a brilliant physicist herself, finally understands. The ghost of her childhood wasn't a spirit, it was her father reaching across time. The anomaly in the watch wasn't a malfunction, it was a message. She deciphers the Morse code, obtains the quantum data from the singularity, and solves the gravity equation. This allows humanity to master gravity, to lift enormous space stations off the dying Earth, and to escape into the stars. This resolution creates one of the most elegant paradoxes in cinema, a bootstrap paradox, or a closed causal loop. Who saved humanity? Cooper did, by sending the data. But who enabled Cooper to send the data? The 5D beings who built the Tesseract. And who are the 5D beings? The descendants of the very humanity that Cooper saved. The effect is its own cause. There is no beginning to the loop. The solution created the problem which created the solution. It is a self-consistent, self-originating story, a snake eating its own tail through the fifth dimension. Ultimately, the Tesseract is more than a complex physics diagram. It is the heart of the film's message. When Cooper is lost in the infinite library of time, how does he find the right Murph, the right moment? The robot Tars suggests it is love. Cooper scoffs, dismissing it as a social utility. But the film argues otherwise. In the narrative logic of Interstellar, love is presented as a tangible force, something that, like gravity, can transcend the dimensions of space and time. It is his profound connection to his daughter that guides him through the infinite possibilities of the Tesseract to the precise moments where he can make a difference. It is the anchor in the storm of spacetime. The 5D spacetime of Interstellar is not just a plot device. It is a profound meditation on our place in the cosmos, built upon a century of revolutionary science. It takes the established principles of Einstein's relativity, combines them with the speculative frontiers of M-theory and brain cosmology, and weaves them into a story of human survival. It transforms abstract mathematical concepts into a tangible, emotional experience. It shows us that the universe is not only stranger than we imagine, but stranger than we can imagine. And yet, within all its unfathomable complexity, within the infinite dimensions and cosmic paradoxes, the one constant, the one force that gives it all meaning, is the connection between two people across the seemingly insurmountable gulf of space and time.